I have always wanted to learn how to make pizza, but darling, I've been so afraid.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
My good friend Patrik Milani, super stylist to the stars, is going to teach me how to make homemade pizzas.
And we're going to start with the dough.
Oh, that's a good place to start.
So, will you pass me the 3 1/4 cup of flour?
Ready? So we just put regular all-purpose flour into the Cuisinart.
Yeah, I like unbleached flour if it's possible. But
so you make your dough in the food processor?
Yes.
Oh, so
it's
you're
much faster this way, you'll see.
Very modern.
And then a package of yeast with a 1/4 cup of warm water. And I sprinkled some sugar just to proof the yeast, to make sure it's alive.
What does that mean, actually, proofing the yeast, make sure it's alive?
Because yeast is a live culture. If it's dead, then the dough won't rise. You should always proof it with sugar to make sure. And then, can you measure 1.5 teaspoons of salt?
Like this?
If you want.
That's a funny joke, because usually Patrik
I never measure anything.
And 2?
1.5.
1.5. 1.5. Okay. 1.5 teaspoons of joke.
And 3 tablespoons of olive oil.
1.5 teaspoons of jokes. That's what we're doing today. And 1 cup of water.
Well, first 3 tablespoons of olive oil.
Okay.
Extra virgin.
Like you. Okay. And then some water. This is a little bit too much water.
No, it's fine because we have to. I put a little bit. You put about a cup of cold water, but you know it depends by the flour. It might be a little less, a little more. You just have to see it. It's ready when the dough sticks to the bowl, the sides of the bowl.
So I see we have some gorgeous toppings for our pizza. Oh my God! Look at that.
So it's sticking to the dough and it's ready.
I mean, we should have timed this. This took 2 minutes. 1.5 minutes. How do I know it's ready?
Because,
other than sticking to the bowl?
Because it just sticks to the sides of the bowl, then it's ready. And then you just knead it for about 3 minutes.
Knead it.
Knead it, which means
I knead it.
Abusing the dough this way.
Oh dear. Okay, so we knead the dough for 3 minutes. And what does that do?
Well, it relaxes the gluten.
It's very stressed out. It
makes it elastic. You know, it makes it chewy. That's what makes the dough chewy, is the kneading part. Which almost halfway we did it in the food processor with the metal blade. With the magic of television, you let this rest for about 15 minutes, and it will grow about 20%. It will look like this.
Oh, neat. And so what, you rested this in a warm place?
In a warm place,
under
covered.
A towel?
Under a towel, covered. Free of draft.
I've never made pizza before, but...
And then what we'll do is we'll cut these into 4 pieces.
And how much pizza is this going to make?
I need
a pizza cutter. And the pizza cutter isn't here, so we're going to use the knife.
This will make 4 8-inch pizzas.
And how many people is that going to feed?
Each pizza feeds about 2 people, I say.
Oh, okay.
But it depends. You know, if you're doing for a cocktail party, 1 piece may be sufficient. So 1 pizza may...
Okay, so now
try one. Take one into your hand and make it into a ball.
Okay.
You don't have to do this, but it's just easier. Then it's already pizza shaped. It's much easier.
Much easier than it looks. What am I doing wrong?
No. Just
what's this?
Like this. You did it right.
I don't know. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
yours
not,
is.
My balls don't
look
look
like
as good
mine.
as yours.
It looks the same.
What?
And then you let it rest about an hour and a half, and it will look like this.
Beautiful. So let's work on our toppings and then make those pizzas, eh? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So what we have for our toppings today is gorgonzola, crumbled, which is Patrik's favorite cheese, fontina, shredded, and these are pomegranate seeds. They're very popular today in the health food stores, but a little tricky.
Very tricky, very messy.
I have a wonderful technique that I would love to share with you if you're interested. Are you interested?
Yes, I'm very interested.
Okay. It's really difficult to get the pomegranate seeds out of the pomegranate. So what I like to do, and a friend of mine taught me this trick, is to cut the pomegranate seed and you take this open side and you take a bowl of water, you put this in your hand with your fingers open, you take a heavy spoon and you smack, be careful because it can splatter on your DVF. You hit it and the seeds actually fall out through your fingers and into the water, and then the pith stays on top. But, oy vey, you got to be really careful because then suddenly this wild can go everywhere, and who knows what will happen in this crazy kitchen. So see, isn't this neat? The pith is on top, and you can scoop that out and give that to the uninvited guests. And then you just pour through a strainer your water and your seeds. What we have are these gorgeous, clean, healthy, delicious, beautiful pomegranate seeds. Voila, there you go. My tip of the day. So let's get started on this pizza.
Okay.
So what do you do? What's important here?
It's important. We just press it with your fingers to try to get the air out.
And by getting the air out, you are...
you avoid those bubbles.
Getting the air out.
Yeah.
And the bubble is air.
Yeah.
And what's the big deal about air? Air
Well, you
in
don't want a
pizza.
bubbly pizza. Then.
Why not?
Well, 'cause I like a
Maybe
thin
I
crust
like a bubbly pizza.
Well, then you can skip the step.
Okay.
It'll become like a bread. That's what will happen.
Okay.
Like a loaf of bread.
And what are you putting on there? This is a pizza...
A pizza peel?
A pizza peel.
Yeah.
And you're flouring it. I'll just tell you guys what he's doing because he's not talking to me
I'm
anymore.
not talking.
She's
Basically,
shaking it.
you have to keep shaking it. It's really important not so it doesn't stick. So
Okay.
we'll do like, let's say, 70% fontina.
70% fontina. And...
30 gorgonzola.
I'm not good at math. Let's see here. That's about, that's 35. Now it's 30. Pomegranate?
Pomegranate.
Is there a percentage?
And we always keep shaking it so it doesn't stick.
God, that gorgonzola is good.
And then we're going to
Into the
put it
oven.
into our oven. And we have a pizza stone that's been preheating for about an hour at 500 degrees. But we have one that's already ready. Look,
Oh, beautiful.
something like that.
So this is so incredibly easy. May I do the honors?
Please.
This pizza took us about 5 minutes in the Cuisinart, and then making the toppings, and it took 8 minutes in the oven. And what temperature did we cook this in?
We did a 500.
And what temperature should they cook it in?
Well, some ovens don't go up to 500, so 450. The
Okay.
highest you can.
Oh, okay.
But it's really important for the pizza stone to be super, super hot.
Okay, and how do I know? How is the audience, our viewers, our fans and friends and loved ones, going to know when the pizza is ready? Actually.
Well, when it gets a nice coloring like that.
Okay,
And if you
so
like it a little more toasty, you can cook it a little bit more. If you like it less toasty, it's really, there's no rules
So
to
these are
pizza.
great for a party because, as you see, you can make these cute, small little pieces. You can make all sorts of different toppings. What are your favorite toppings?
You can, anything you have in the fridge, you can throw on the pizza. Cheese,
Yogurt?
yogurt, yeah, if you'd like.
All right, I'll do the talking.
I like
caramelized
caramelized onion and sausage. I mean,
tomatoes.
tomato, mozzarella, anything. Why? Just even with rosemary and olive oil and salt.
Oh yeah, and actually we could use this dough to make focaccia
Yeah,
too, right?
exactly. It's the same dough.
And we just spread it out thin and put some olive oil
Yes.
and some rosemary on it. That's delicious. So, I was afraid to make pizza, and I've seen that this is incredibly easy, gorgeous, and just such a special treat for your guests. So I want to recommend, look at that crust. not a hole in it.
Can you share?
That you go out and try making these pizza recipes as soon as possible. You can find them on Oh-Audrey.com or in any cookbook, actually. Just don't hesitate. Get out there and make a pizza today. Thank you, Patrik.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next time. Mmm. Delicious.
Delicious, no?